Hi, this is Mel Bartholomew, the creator, author, and founder of the Square Foot Gardening System. Now, a lot of people ask me, what do I make my grids out of? I know you've said if you don't have a grid on your garden, it's not a square foot garden. And that's true. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can make your grids out of string. April Fools! Do not use string. Please don't use string. I know in the first book I wrote, that was way back in 1981, I said you could use string. Well, I found since then that string gets dirty, it sags, it breaks. You have to drive a nail in to tie it to, and that gets rusty, and all the bad things about string. And then you don't replace it. This is what I found. So, in all the new books that I've written since then, I say do not use string. Use something that's rigid and permanent, like wood. Cut strips of wood from, maybe a 1x4. Or you can use plastic strips. Wood's available at any lumber yard, and in fact they have a piece of wood called a lath, L-A-T-H, and it already comes 4 feet long. They must have known we're going to use something like that for square foot gardening. You can use plastic or vinyl, strips of that, all kinds of molding. We have some very nice vinyl ones on our website and our store. But you gotta have a grid. It's really the official sign of square foot gardening. If you looked into somebody's yard and they had a raised bed garden out there, you'd say, well, that looks nice. But if they had a grid on it, you'd say, wow, that must be the new square foot gardening system. And in fact, a grid is so important that every time you go out into your yard and you see your garden and you see that grid, it reminds you of how wonderful this system is, how simple and easy. And you're only responsible for maybe fixing up 1 square foot. You go out and either harvest it or replant it, or you just give it some water. You're nurturing your plants that way, and every square foot is something different. So please, make a grid, put it on your garden, keep it there at all times, but do not use string. And I promise you, no more April Fool's jokes.